There you are. We are live. Oh my goodness. We have friends that are already on and saying hello. Did I win? This is great. I'm just going to give this a moment for other people to jump on. So currently we are live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Um, It's a lot of cameras. Yeah, it's a lot of cameras in like a close area, and consolidating this has been quite a challenge. So welcome everybody. I appreciate you spending your evening with me. So we're doing something really, really fun, and we decided that we had to bring you all in on it. So first things first, this is Matt. Matt's my boyfriend, and
Hello.
he's going to help me stay on track because we've got a lot of moving parts at the moment. But first, we went fishing today and we caught something pretty amazing. Well, you caught something pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be the one to show it off and take some credit and glory. Look at that. Look at that. Holy cow.
Courtesy of the Sandy River.
You just outed us.
Yeah. It's not exactly a secret.
Right. So there's a lot of fishing gear here. Check this out. It's pretty much all of it. So we thought something really fun to do. We weren't just going to leave it there where it was. So we decided that we would bring it home, give it a name. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to test crowd over here.
Oh, I already had a name.
What was the name?
Snaggly.
Snaggly. Oh, welcome to the family, Snaggly. This has claimed many of people's spinners and jigs and all sorts of things. So we brought it home. We gave it a name. We've been treating it really well. It's had a great life here. However, we thought that a lot of this gear is actually super usable. So one thing that would be really fun is to cut this all apart. So we have cutting things of all types and put it in a box, all of the usable gear, that is. We're going to put it in a box, show them the box. This is one of my fishing boxes. Wait, is it yours? We said the same thing just now. It's my fishing box.
Well, it's soon to be someone else's, so
right,
it doesn't
soon
matter.
To be somebody else's. And it has years and years of sports show corkies in it. By that, I mean, I think 2 or 3 years worth.
Yeah.
But, it's just a great, fishing tackle box. And we thought that we would cut up some really usable, great gear out of here, fill up this box, and then send it home with one of you that are watching now. So at the end of this video, we will decide who gets the box, and then we will send it to you both. Along the way, there are a few things I need your help with. And one of those things is how to decide who should get it. One of my thoughts was actually it was your idea, but I liked it and was going to go with it, was to have everybody guess how many lures are in this mess, in Snaggly's condition here. And whoever gets it, if more than one people get it, we would draw it random.
Random number.
But I think that that's a good idea, don't you think?
I think so.
I would love your guys' thoughts too, but I am going to pressure whoever gets this box of wonderful, delightful gear, we're going to pressure them to give it to a kid anyways, because I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, like I had a little bit of gear, but I kind of lived off of river come-ups too. And you learn a lot about what people are fishing and people are fishing like well. Like, here's something I'm already noticing is people that fish this river really like chartreuse spinners. Yeah. They really like chartreuse things a lot. Just something to kind of like in the knowledge bank. So we already have guesses coming in all over the place. I'm seeing 23, 25.
283. Chris, I think you're a little high.
I mean, it is a lot of gear. 32, 38, 42, 50. Jeff says 50. This is amazing. Oh, Andrew, you popped on. Andrew Shield, welcome. 13, you have a lot of gear. This could be a great box to send you with, huh? So we're going to have everybody guess and then pressure them to give it to somebody, as good friends do. Pressure.
Yeah. Peer pressure.
Wait, what's a good Tuesday evening without some peer pressure with your friends, right?
Right, exactly.
So, okay, here's what we've got. We've got this gem, Snaggly. We're going to break him down and put him in this cool box that I stole from Matt's, put some of our stickers on, and stole his sports show Corky collection. And these are these aren't just, there's a lot of Corky happening up in here.
Not just Corkies, but
yeah.
spinning glows. Everything you need.
That is a Corky.
Sure.
I actually really do like this Corky, the half orange and half white.
Various sizes.
Good for trout. Sizes.
Good for Chinook.
I use these to separate my worms and hook when I'm fishing for steelhead. Like all of these are really, all sorts of like good fun in here.
Little chromey guys, little Seahawk looking ones.
And depending on how much usable gear, I might just fill up the box myself with some of my really amazing gear too.
So anyway, you'll get a full tackle box.
There's going to be a full tackle. Someone's going to get a lot of really cool tackle. Okay, so we have that. We have the Snaggly. I have a Key Lime LaCroix.
Not a sponsor yet.
Not a sponsor, just saying. And I have Bits of Chocolate, because what else do, women do on Tuesday nights besides have LaCroix and break down fishing gear?
Let's get to it.
Okay. So the other part of this is that while we're breaking this down, this is a great time for you all to ask questions, great Q&A kind of time. If you want to know anything about me, and if you want to know anything about Matt that I can make about me, or
she's good at that.
Or about fishing or steelheading or anything. So throw in your questions. We're going to have a chat about it. Once I get through Snaggly, we're going to give away this gearbox. So I'm going to go ahead and have at it right now. I'm just going to start there.
That's a good spot.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
So
there's a garbage box for you.
Garbage box.
Also, it's nice to get a lot of lead. I picked up a lot of old lead off the shore today.
Yeah.
Stuff that had been. Don't do that.
It smells like smoked salmon. I swear to you. Smell it.
No.
Smell it. It smells like smoked salmon. Why would it smell like smoked salmon?
That does. That is smoked salmon.
You're right.
Or it's just probably ash from a fire on the river.
Oh, it's probably
just
that.
Regular smoke, minus the salmon.
Doesn't taste like smoked salmon then?
I'm not going to try it, though. Hey, Jim Spicer from Grand Rapids, Michigan. How are you doing?
Hi, Jim.
You got any steelhead out there? Chris Lindstrom says, have either of us seen the Kenai stump? No.
Oh, the Kenai stump? I think I fished the Kenai, and I've heard references to this. You're talking about a highly decorated stump, I believe.
Oh, is it like the Christmas tree?
Like a Christmas tree, yeah.
Jordan, sorry, I'm going to butcher your last name, Oliveira.
Okay.
We got one really nice wild hen that we promptly let go. So
indeed,
and I say we
did.
I mean
our friend
Jordan Knigge of Addicted Fishing.
All right, here's what we got first.
What is
we got a blue fox, a number 4
fox.
Blue fox. It used to be blue in the bell, but now it's just silver. The blade completely intact. The hook entirely intact. The swivel, everything entirely intact. I say it's going in the box.
It's going in the box.
It's going in the box.
Put it in the box.
In the box. One spinner down. Okay, where are we? Ooh, this is a good-looking spinner. Oh my gosh, where do I start? Okay, I'm gonna.
I don't know. Just start more.
Okay. Keep it more. Will you read me folks' questions?
Yeah, absolutely. With thousands of lures.
Thousands.
What river, Chris? Hey, from Chillicoot, California.
Oh, California's in the house.
Yeah, I must have, even the Sandy, I brought wads of gear in while fishing there, especially by Cedar Creek.
I'm going to turn this so our friends here can see what I've got going on a little bit more. Sorry.
What? Fine. I don't want to be on camera anyway.
Yeah.
So there's that. Let's check on YouTube. What do we got over there on YouTube? Do you cure the shrimp you use drifting or straight up peeled?
What was the question again?
Do you cure the shrimp you use or just straight up peeled?
I cure the shrimp that I use, but I also bring some that are just straight up peeled and natural. And so I usually get like a half a pound of like the 20 or 3140 count or something in that size range, like not too big and not like tiny. And I take that, I split it into two like little containers, half natural, just I cut them into like thirds usually. And then the other half, I take a actual coonstripe cure, shrimp cure from Zilla. It's a pink one, and it gives them a really light, like iridescent pink. It's amazing, and I use that. So this is really interesting. I actually, to be perfectly honest, have never fished one of these.
Panther martin?
I've never fished a panther martin.
So that's the first thing that actually caught my eye. What actually caught my eye was the giant wads of chartreuse in the bottom of the river. But once I pulled it out, that is a fantastic bait if you get it in that's a size 5. If you have it in a size 0 or size 1 for trout.
The spoon is like really sturdy on this thing.
And it's cantilevered out. And so just the action on them for trout is one of my favorite trout spinners. For brook trout, rainbow trout back home, especially in Wisconsin, we crush them on those.
Yeah.
That color, but also black and yellow. So never seen those or even heard of people using them for steelhead. But
yeah. Have you guys used these for steelhead or salmon, these panther martins out here? Comment. I'm really curious. You can call me Linda on Instagram, says trout like those. Okay, this is in great shape. It has a little bit of paint chip, but otherwise, like, it is perfect. Going in the box.
2.
Ryan
Kroom on YouTube asked, what is the ideal river level for steelhead fishing? He's never been before and his son wants to get into it. So does he. That's
really, really awesome. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your son. This is a really good question. And I would say one of the most significant parts of successful steelheading is really understanding the right kind of water to fish. I mean, what you throw at them, that's all important too. But if you're fishing, water that's, too low, too high, that sort of thing, like that makes the difference of whether the fish are going to be there or not, or the area is fishable. So this answer is different on almost every single system. Some general rules of thumb is starting with clarity. If you can get at least a couple inches of clarity, like 5 to 6 inches would be kind of like on the one end of the spectrum. And then like all the way up to like a crystal clear river, that's going to be really good. Oh, I hear an echo.
Turning this down, sorry.
And then in terms of like water height, again, like totally different on every single river. A good thing to do is to kind of like look at that river levels, like use graphs off of USGS sites or on apps, that sort of deal, and see what kind of like an average is for that time of the year. That could be a good like kind of start indicator. But generally, if you're walking, like say you're like, I'm going to go steelheading, I have this river, I think it's fishable. If you can go out there and the water speed, you can't walk in fast enough to keep up with it, it's a little bit on the fast side. It's still probably fishable, but that's a good like indicator. Like if you couldn't run to keep up with the water, like it's too much water, it's going too fast, and the presentation that whatever you're using may not be able to fish appropriately and accurately. So, I mean, really, you can kind of fish a river at almost any height as long as you find fishable water. So water that slows down, water that back eddies, that sort of thing. So that's kind of some like guidelines. But another great thing to do is like if you have a couple rivers that you're going to check out, we're all here on social media. There's lots and lots of fishing forums. I think it's perfectly acceptable to say like, hey, I'm thinking about, talk to someone that, maybe you met there or that sort of thing, and just say like, hey, like I'm fishing this system. Does this seem a little out of reach? Like, what do people think? And generally people are super helpful, that sort of thing.
Ash, do you like to use a bait caster or spinning reel when traditional drift fishing?
I like to use a bait caster. The reason why is because I can more efficiently and quickly let line out and kind of keep that contact as I'm drifting and bouncing along the bottom. I love a bait caster, and I feel like I can just like wing stuff out there really quickly too.
Let's see. Lots of good thoughts on Panther Martins. What do you got there? What's that one?
So this is a gem, folks. This is one of my favorite spinners, Blue Fox number 4, black glitter bell, and the chartreuse tipped blade. It's in great shape. I thought it was maybe bent. It's not bent. It's nice and straight. The only caveat is this hook is getting to be a tad bit worn. It's like, honestly, I would fish this if I had it in my box, like no problem. But at some point soon, you may want to actually change out the hook, but it is going in the box. Another number 4 Blue Fox. A slinky. I cut out a slinky that's already made up, and this is a weight. A lot of folks use this for, bobber dogging, drift fishing, that sort of thing, but you need weights. There you go. Now you got to wait.
Joaquin Vidrio says that's Michael Jackson's Jordan's favorite spinner.
Oh.
The black glitter.
Michael Jackson. Okay. Isn't there one called Michael Jordan too, and it's like black glittery with red?
Probably.
Someone's got to know the answer to this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Aaron Sullivan says, put it in the box. Hook replacement is easy.
Yeah, hook replacement is and for the Blue Foxes, it's fairly easy.
Mother and son outdoors. My son and I are getting into recording our fishing for YouTube. Any tips?
GoPros.
Definitely get GoPros. They're one for you. They're real easy to use, especially if you can set them on auto start, or you just click the button. If you have lots of battery or time to recharge them, you can even put them on the loop function and record back, so they're constantly rolling, and then you just press record and it'll record the previous 5 minutes. So if you get that awesome hookup, all you got to do is go boop, and that'll just save your last 5 minutes, but that really eats your battery. So good things. Just bought 2. Awesome. Very good. Have you ever tried to use a center pin? Super popular in the Midwest.
I used to live by the center pin. It's all I did for a couple of seasons. My friend had one, and I just wanted to, I'm the type of person that always needs to evolve in fishing and try something new. And I just couldn't do the same thing forever. So my friend was center pinning. I wanted to try it. I spent an entire day back spooling and backlashing on it and getting all twisted up and being frustrated. But I finally got it down, and I fished a center pin almost exclusively hard for a couple of seasons. I did it for kings. I did it for coho. I did it for steelhead. I did it for trout, pretty much anything that you could float fish for. I did, and I love it. Highly recommend if you're a steelheader that maybe just wants a different sort of challenge. It is going to be so much fun.
So, Chris, just a quick point of reference. We decided that anything... Wait, where's your camera?
There you go.
There you go. Anything that a line was tied to that we cut away from. So swivel end, snap swivel directly to the line. Any place that the main line was tied to something, we count
counts
that.
as a lure. Okay.
Counts.
Excellent.
So that'll go towards the lure count. Nick McGinn, are you saying DeForest, Wisconsin, and then moved to Ashland, and now in Oregon? So if you're talking about Wisconsin, I was born in Ashland, and my sister lives in DeForest right now. So that'd be pretty cool if you're talking about Wisconsin. Hey there.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's how we count.
So really cool spinner. A couple of things to be aware of with this gem. Number 6 Blue Fox. So we have black dots, pink circles, chartreuse tip. The hook is no good. And I say that because a piece of it is actually chipped off. So only 2 of these hooks are worthwhile. I always kind of grab these and spin these and make sure things are nice and spinny. And this one's got a little bit of sand. It's going to need a good rinse and that hook taken off. And then that's one for the box. Boom. I also have a pink number 4 again. Yeah, number 4 Blue Fox. And same thing. This one is a little bit sandy, needs a good rinse. Spinner's spinning. It's nice and straight. The hook, it's not the sharpest hook I've ever felt in my life, but it will actually absolutely work and catch fish. That's dangerous. I have a spoon. Look at this cute little one. I have a nice little spoon. What I love about this is it is unlike pretty much anything here. Like now this box has spinners and spoons, which is really cool. Good size, nice pink one. These give a really nice, like kind of like wobble to them. The part that is I'm going to go ahead and take off is actually the snap swivel here. This is like a type of like barrel-y swivel, but it's not swiveling anymore. It's full of sand. It's just grinding. And so I'm going to pop this off because that is not going to be usable, or it could potentially give you problems. You want this to be able to kind of swing around all willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly. Jonathan Paxona says, your favorite spinner rod?
Favorite spinner rod? I have like two, an 8.5 foot and a 9 foot HMX rod. They're both rated like 8 to 15. I like them. I like a kind of a shorter one and a little bit of a longer one. I prefer a shorter rod because I feel like I can get like a good hook into fish once I feel the takedown. And sometimes I bring out a little bit of a longer rod, but I really like a good like flexible tip on a spinner rod. So you could really like snap something out there a long ways if you need to, but good like strength in like the midsection of the rod, because when you have a lot of tension on your rod with a spinner anyways. And so when a fish grabs and you go to like set that hook, you want to have a good stout rod that's going to be able to handle that. We had a really cute little trout spinner, Super Vibrax number 3, and it has little eyes and a smile.
That's a bonus one. That's the one.
That's a bonus.
That's one I ripped off a tree when we were pulling up to the bank today.
That's excellent. That's fun. That's fun. Okay. Great condition. Like honestly, it's not even missing a chip of paint.
Oh, it's brand new.
Like this is like
took it out of the box and
yeah.
flung it into a tree.
I never do that.
No, I didn't do that on the very first cast this morning either.
That's true. You did do that first cast. I mean, you didn't.
Yeah. Nick wants to buy some eggs because he can't find any.
Oh. No, I can't do that. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, not. Sorry about it. What size hooks do you recommend for soft bead fishing?
I use a size 2 and sometimes a size 4 hook, but mostly a size 2 hook, like little hooks, littler hooks. But the one that I use the most often is a Gamakatsu, the glow bug hook in size 2. Deadly. I love those. This is an interesting one.
It's gotta don't cut all the bucktail on it.
I absolutely cut. I don't know how to. All right, we're gonna have to come back to that one.
What do you like to use for weight when drift fishing?
So this is a great question, because when you're drift fishing, it's important to have varying weights based off of the speed of the water that you are fishing. So I usually keep 3 different sizes of stick weights that I make myself. I'd have a hard time putting a guess to what they are, but one of them's probably 4 or 5 inches long. It's a small like hollow core weight that I slide over a spinner shaft. And then I have one that's longer and one that's longer. I find that they don't get tangled up. I find that they're easy for me to make, and they're easy to switch out where you're using 2. So as I clean this off, I want to bring everyone's attention to something. So this is a number 4 Blue Fox spinner. It had the hook changed out to like the bigger single hook here, but there is line tied directly to the spinner as it comes out of the box. So when these come out of the box, there's no like swivel attached to them. So when this is attached directly to main line and this thing is spinning in the water, this person's main line is twisting up something fierce. So I'm going to bring this kind of close so you can see like that's main line straight to the like spinner wire itself, main line straight to spinner wire. And what you want is what Matt has here. So you want some sort of like snap swivel. When I make spinners, I actually put a barrel swivel on the top that I can tie to, but it's important. You need that to be able to rotate so your main line doesn't spin up. So that's really significant. Yeah. So, no, don't do it.
Stuff's flying.
Sorry. And let's see here. Okay, good. Oh.
What's the logo on Ash's hat? I've never seen it before.
Oh, this is Lured Outdoors. This is my dear friend. She has a clothing gear company for women. So it is a completely woman-run business. All contractors, models, everyone, women, and it's just really awesome gear made for women that enjoy the outdoors. And I love this hat because it has a ponytail hole, and it just feels good to have a ponytail and a hat. And now I don't have to choose between a hat with no ponytail or a ponytail with no hat.
Far 93, we're saying no, like use a barrel swivel. Don't tie directly from to the lure. Yes, what you're saying there is right. You need a swivel between the top of the lure and your main line.
This is a good one, but it's a little crunchy. I'm gonna give it a good rinse and revisit that. Dude, this is like spinner heaven. This is that's already like,
call them $5 a pop. It's like $40 in lures in there.
Yeah, that's like $40 in spinners.
Do you think the rivers will fish in the Quinault Reservation tomorrow?
What is the current CFS, the cubic feet per second read on that? I don't know what it is right now. If you tell me what it is, I can tell you.
More PNW, if you can look up the current CFS on the rivers, Ashley will tell you if they are fishable or not.
I'll tell you this, if it's under 4,000 and like above 1,000, that's awesome.
Anon.
And clear, and like that one, like visibility on that one's ooh.